home screen as such. On the N9 this was the event screen, but for the Asha 501 it's what they're calling fast lane. What this does is gives you information about today, about yesterday and the days before that, and also what you're going to be doing tomorrow or in the coming days. So here Fastlane is aggregating essentially messaging, contacts, notifications and multitasking. So let's just go into gallery. I've got nothing there. Swipe out, swipe back across the fast lane, and that's the last app I used. So instead of having a dedicated multitasking view, it's all aggregated into the fast lane. What you can also do with apps like Music Player is control those apps. So there, press play. Not sure if you guys can hear that. Let's put it down a bit. So obviously now it's playing a song. You just simply tap it again and it stops. That's obviously context sensitive to the app, of course, so if there's controls it'll be related to that. So radio has play, pause, etc. As you can also see there's text, so that's what I've sent. So obviously I was just testing messaging, didn't actually send it to anybody, but you can see messages that you've sent, and also if your contact has sent you messages it'll appear there as well, along with Facebook, Twitter notifications, missed call notifications, that sort of thing. So you can keep swiping up and it'll give you information from yesterday and a few days before. You can also swipe down and it'll give you calendar entries. So obviously I don't have anything set up on the device at the moment, but say you had your best friend John's birthday and you've put it in your calendar and it's tomorrow, it'll tell you John's birthday tomorrow, and then if you have an event or anything like that, etc. So it's really fast, really fluid. I'm actually pretty surprised considering this phone is going for under $100 US. Experience is really good. So for example, you've also got N9's double tap and you've unlocked the phone. So now I've actually got my N9 here with me, and I've noticed there's a lot of similarities, especially between UI elements. So I can just close that there. So for example, the phone is pretty much one-to-one in terms of UI. If we go in to, I believe it was calendar, I find my calendar. As you can see, it's pretty much identical. You can scroll, instead of swiping on the N9, you just simply flick up and down to change between months. You can also tap the date and you get a picker and you can sort of jump to the month, etc. Same thing, you simply just swipe out of it. However, on the Asha 501, there's actually, if I can zoom in and autofocus there, there's actually a button down the bottom here that you swipe up to get extra options. So it's a bit like settings or just further options. So instead of swiping up, whereas on the N9 you could swipe up and it would background the app, you can swipe up to get extra information. So this is really handy actually in the Music Player app, because mainly everyone does is pause, fast forward, rewind the track. However, if you flick it up, you get options to favorite, to select repeat, to share, and also for shuffling, which I think is pretty cool because it saves space when you actually need it, but yet it's still only a gesture away to get all those features that you really like to use. The camera isn't too bad. Let me just take a photo of my N9. I'll just bring it over there. If I can, camera. So it is fixed focus, but it's not too bad. So obviously I think I've got a bit of camera lens smudge there, but still, like I was saying, you can swipe up to get extra options. Something else that I really like is to do with the home screen. So let me just configure it in settings, wallpaper for home screens. So now what you can do with this is, let's choose the plane, because that's when I first noticed it, when I had the plane set up. Let me get back. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see in there, but swiping across, the plane is actually moving, if you notice that. So it's sort of like a panoramic style wallpaper, but just between the two apps. What else is cool as well is, if you scroll up, we notice now a second plane has appeared. So if you saw in the image before, there was 4 planes. So you can see now 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, if I swipe across more, you can see the 4 phones in a better view. That's about it that I've noticed so far. Besides, obviously, also have a notification pull-down menu with a few toggles and the state of the 2 SIM cards. But so far, I'm pretty impressed. It's a really nice device. Like I said, 3.2 megapixel fixed focus camera, volume up and down key, power button, 3.5 millimeter audio jack, USB port. The case is removable. However, if I can just pull it open here, the only thing that some people may be, deterred from is the fact that you have this little beauty spot, as some of the Nokia guys were saying to me earlier. So if you have a yellow phone like this, obviously, then you're going to have the yellow beauty spot. So if you decide you want to change it for a white case, you're then going to have a white phone with the yellow beauty spot, which I think is pretty cool. It makes your device look different, especially if other people have colourful phones. But so far, on the few hours I've been using it, I'm really impressed with this phone. I think it's a really great piece of tech, especially for its price range. Gives you a great experience. I'm a massive fan of the N9, so obviously things like the clock that have the same style UI, etc., are really quite impressive.